Why is it saying errors occurred? What's the possible error? Okay, let's see here. Okay, we're live. Yes, Adam, it was at least one a goal. That's a fact. Yeah, let's. Can we please have a goal? Yeah, so lots of changes for this game. Obviously, Opel Cup is already going to Sevilla. They absolutely just spanked this Mainz team. Yeah, so we got Lursel in goal. Obviously, Holgate, Gibson, Coleman, and Dean at the back there. Davis, McCarthy, Schneider in the middle, Walcott up top, Broadhead on the right, and Morales on the left. But, I mean, that first game, that was. I'm not going to put it all on Dominic Calvert-Lewin's shoulders, but, if you would have finished at least one or two of those chances, probably could have put that to bed. Iffy penalty kick, if I'm being honest, but, it is what it is. We didn't finish our chances. We didn't create enough chances. But apparently this is just all about preseason fitness, and all that other jazz that they talk about. But then why show up to a competition? Why show up and try and win a cup if it's just all about fitness and getting minutes under your belt? What's the incentive? But again, we've scored one goal this entire preseason. Pretty disappointing. Yeah, they keep pushing this fabulous week for Everton with the stadium announcement, yes, the beautiful stadium design. We're in for some really good players if we can get them, which obviously, showing by this, is what we definitely need. But now, of course, there's no interest from the crowd. They're just kind of showing up to do their thing. But I mean, what have we, as Evertonians, I mean, as an Everton football club, done to inspire them to get excited over anything? Not much. Good tackle by Holgate there. And then again, Adam, if we were doing uh, creative and expansive and cheer-worthy things, I'm sure the crowd would get on our side. I'm sure they just appreciate football like the rest of us do, but there's just not too much to get up and excited about. Dubious penalty kick cost us the first game. We didn't finish our chances. Crowd nothing to get up for. No clear-cut opportunities other than Dominic Calvert-Lewin's two glaring misses. Sevilla didn't really bring much in the first game. Nobody really likes to see a blowout that we saw in the last game, 5-0 to Sevilla, and now we'll see how this goes. Tom's on the ball. Tom, just have a go. Have a pop lad. Oh, lays it off to Luca. Back to Tom. That's a foul. That's a foul, ref. Or not. Or not. Come on. Really hoping that Kevin Morales bags a brace or something here. Let's get him off the books. So if you can put in a strong performance versus Mainz. No, of course, Adam. Like I said, past month or so since we've been having these games, I can understand the Karabangi Sharks. That was a PR sponsorship, you know, run out game. Get the Kenyans excited. Great publicity. Oh, sorry, MacArthur's had a shot. And we were there for different reasons, and it was the first game. But against Sion, that 0-0, I thought that was more or less based on us getting fitness. But a lot of players weren't back from the Copa America, back from other holidays and all that. But I thought against Monaco and I thought against Wigan, we should have seen more on the creative side, on the goal scoring aspect of things. Both those teams were there for the taking, but one headed goal by Seamus, that's not enough. That and then against, like I said, Sevilla earlier. Besides the Dominic chances, we didn't really do much. Same old pedantic, sideways passing, switch the play, But where was Sigurdsson again in that 60 minutes? Barely did a thing. Barely did a thing against Wigan. So if we don't have any creativity in the number 9 and the number 10 positions, and we're just constantly going down the outside, looking for Seamus and Digne to create all the chances, put it into the box, we can't really expect too much. Seamus tried to pop, but why should our right back be cutting in and having a 25-yard dig from goal? 18 yards. I'm sorry. Pushing the back. Okay. No, but that's why we need the players, right? That's why we need at least. That's why we need at least 2 out of 3 out of either Moise Ken, Wilfred Zaha, Malcolm, David Neres. Like, we need other players. I know Richarlison's not playing, but I don't think Richarlison would make or break the Wigan game, wouldn't make or break the earlier game versus Sevilla. Maybe you would, but I personally don't think so. There's other factors in here besides fitness and lack of game time and all that. Maybe they're tired. Maybe they're doing the double sessions again. Who knows? But it's just disappointing to see you know, the defense playing pretty well, the midfield being solid. I'm not saying we're Cardiff level from last season or Huddersfield, but it's just the most important thing about staying up in a league is always scoring goals, because you never know when you need one goal to win a game, and that's what Cardiff, Huddersfield, and relegated teams every season. You look at their goals scored and you look at goals conceded, and that's what makes or breaks them. From probably 7th all the way down to 17th, the middle 10, you can get away with scoring regularly but not conceding and keeping clean sheets regularly. But if you want to break into the top 6, if you want to be comfortably in the top 6, you want to go deep into cup competitions, you have to have multiple players pitching in with goals and taking the chances that are offered to them. And with Richie just scoring and Sigurdsson just scoring and everyone else pitching in 2 or 3 a season, we're just going to be exactly the same as last season. And that comes down to personnel. It doesn't come down to way of playing or tactics. It just comes down to, do you have clinical finishers? And for all Dominic Calvert-Lewin's hold-up play, for all of his getting into good positions, for all of his running the channels and hard work, he's not an instinctive finisher. And that's what we're missing. And that's what make or breaks the top teams. You look at Manchester City, Aguero. No, it's not fair to compare to Man City, but Oh, let's see what we got here. No, that's a good point, Adam. But you got Aguero, obviously. You've got Jesus Navas. I mean, Gabriel Jesus. Sorry, Gabriel Jesus. Jesus. But you also got De Bruyne. You've got Sterling. So they've got finishers and they've got clinical players in every position. The Red Shite have Salah. They've got they've got Mane and they've got other players that pitch in. Tottenham, obviously Harry Kane, Min Song, good enough. Aubameyang, Lacazette for Arsenal, Chelsea. Hazard's gone, and that's where most of their goals and creativity and all that came from. Really, they had Morata for a while. They've got Giroud. Batshuayi's on the book, so Chelsea's a different type of animal, but we don't have a game winner and we don't have a reliable centre forward. So either way you look at it, Chelsea also Hazard's gone now, so they need to maybe change their way of playing. But they might do that under Frank Lampard. But that's what gets you in there. You look at how many goals Jimenez had for Wolves last season, and who and all the rest of them that Jota pitched in and Neves pitched in. Plenty of people pitched in last season for Wolves to get where they are, and that secured them the points that they needed, regardless of what our results were. Yeah, we're too predictable, Adam. And for what I'm seeing in all these preseason games and what I'm seeing compared to last season's, nothing's really changed. It might be hard to stop sometimes, but ball out from Pickford, pings it out to Digne. Dean plays it into Bernard. Bernard always either looking inside to Sigurdsson, looking out to Dean. There's nobody breaking the lines. There's no Gomez breaking through the lines. There's no Delph. There's no Ghana last season breaking through the lines to give that extra option. Just all comes to a grinding halt. We cross the ball into the box. If there's nobody in the box to finish, or there's somebody that's not confident in their finishing, and the defenders know that, it's not going to go anywhere. Seamus, for all the things that he does really well. Bomb down the line, break get it to the corner, pop it in the box. There's nobody to finish it. There's nobody coming in. Sigurdsson's not coming in at the back stick or down the center. So, it just looks like the same problems, the same tactical problems, and lack of creativity. Like you said before, a lack of a plan B and a lack of a plan C. But that's all personnel. It's not really that. But Manchester City, Tottenham, Liverpool, top clubs, and Real Madrid, Juventus. Doesn't matter which league. The top leagues have a way of changing their setup, changing their formation, changing their personnel to change per team. The team that they're playing, we just seem to play exactly the same way, no matter what. Okay. Consistency. That's what this is. And yeah, I know the picture just disappeared. It'll be back. Don't worry. I mean, granted, at the end of the season, don't forget, I'm not going to be, super negative. You look at what we did against Chelsea. Well, our last games, it was, we drew with Liverpool, beat Arsenal, beat Chelsea, beat Manchester United. That all came together and that all looked great at the end of the year. They were all at home, so obviously the home field advantage gives us something. Maybe that's also part of the problem. Maybe it's because we've been playing away. We played in Switzerland, we've played in Kenya, we're playing in Germany now. We played away at Wigan, so maybe it's just the away mindset that goes in there. But that's another thing we have to obviously get better at next season is points away on the road, because that also cost us our European spot last year. You know, I think we got enough home wins, we got enough good results at home, but it was our away form. You know, drawing to Crystal Palace, Newcastle, the Fulham. We should have taken points away at the Emirates, but we got, kind of shafted by the refereeing in that game and the offside. We kind of gave it away, at least gave up a point at Old Trafford. So, yeah. I mean, and don't forget either, we were kind of dreading those games against the top six clubs at home. So, that made our season actually look a lot better than it actually was. Because if there would have been draws, that would have been 8 points lost, and we'd have been way down there then. So, yeah, we fought well. We did well against the clubs like Arsenal, Chelsea, and all that. But that's what really saved our season. Other than that, the Christmas festive period, December through February was absolutely abysmal. But that was all a squad depth issue. Players were knackered. Players were, dead on their feet most of the time when they went out there. Cold, wintry conditions. You got to have squad depth for that. And again, we're going to run into that exact same problem this year if we don't do 3 or 4 more pieces of business. Simple as that. Oh, if we took that form into the start of the season, but we're missing 2 vital parts. Ghana's going to be gone, and oh, James BD, how you doing? But anyway, Adam, hey, Scotland, liking it there. But yeah, no Zuma. Zuma's definitely not coming, obviously. No Ghana, so we can replace Ghana. Delph almost kind of a like for like, but we're missing key pieces. Don't forget to like and subscribe, James BD. I'm always a big fan of the Scottish. But at the end of the day, we need to wait to see what Marcel is going to do. Like I said, that Ken's representative is in to talk about him, so if we can get him in, that'd be great. Uh, Probably more conversations about Zaha, which obviously we saw earlier today that Arsenal are in for Nicolas Pepe for 70 odd million, if that's to be believed. So they're not going to be able to fork out on. Um, oh, hold on. No, nothing. Not going to be able to fork out 70 million for Pepe and then 80 million for Zaha. So it looks like it's just us in for Zaha. So we need to try and get that figured out. And hopefully before the last day of the season, because if Pepe goes to Arsenal, then what's the point in, at least for Zaha's point of view, that's probably going to be the only offer on the table for him, unless somebody comes in late. Tottenham come in late maybe, but I don't see that happening. Chelsea can't do anything. He won't go back to Manchester United. City won't be interested, so it's either us or a team on the continent, and I don't think that that's going to happen. So hopefully Arsenal sign Nicolas Pepe so we could just say, hey, Palace here, take Tosin, take McCarthy, take Balassi, take 50 to 60 million quid also. Let's get this done. Oh, here come Mainz. Here come Mainz. Oh, he's trying to wriggle his way through. Ooh, good defending by Lewis Gibson there. Now, see that's the thing right there. I know it's Nathan Broadhead. I know he's a young player, but that ball comes out from Lursel. We're on we can break, we can get the pitch quickly, but he just stops, turns, passes back. Schneiderlin gives him the ball back 10 yards up the pitch. He puts his foot on it again and passes into the inside. Just run at him, lad. Give him something to think about. This is too predictable. This is too pedestrian. And those have to be, that can't be stuff that we're working on in the training ground. I mean, and obviously, yeah, it has been a weird transfer window with nobody buying. I totally understand that it's a seller's market right now. Nobody really needs the money, or everyone will take the money, but with all the money that's in the sponsorships these days, the television deals, like no one's hard up. No one has to sell in order to make the make the books balance out. I just look at it from an Everton point of view. If we now know that we're not getting Zuma, that Ghana's out the door. We've already got rid of Lookman, which isn't really that big of a deal, but that's money in the door. I last season there was kind of an excuse for us being disjointed at the start. Because obviously Mina and Gomez both came in injured. Bernard came in. We've not been. I haven't played a competitive game in 9 months. Had no preseason. But the two players that did come in that were fit, that had a preseason, Digne and Kurt Zuma, I thought they obviously did fabulously well and got us off to a good start. But if we've got Zaha coming in, just say Moise Ken coming in, whether it's Malcolm, Neres, any two out of those four players, it's going to take a while for them to bed in, to get for Marco to get his ideas across. They won't have had a preseason or a mini training session with us before, so I doubt they'll start games right away. They're going to have to be bedded into the team with the tactics and all that stuff. So I mean, unless Marco just throws them in the deep end and says, hey, you guys are supposed to be high quality footballers, get in there, do your thing. Yeah, oh no, I agree with that. There is no pressure on you. People should be out there expressing themselves. I have no problem if in that first game, if Bernard and Gomez or whoever creative players just take them on, give them a dribble, see what they're made of, go at them at pace, get into the box, make the defenders stink. But when it's so easy, when the game is in front of you all the time, and the ball goes out to the right, it's okay, it's going to be a 1-2, and Seamus is going to come bombing down, he's going to cross the ball, and it's probably not going to go to the far post, he's not going to take a wild shot, he's going to put it somewhere in the 6-yard box and to the penalty spot. Just make sure that you track the runners, just make sure you keep tabs on the big man. And the same thing with Luca's crosses. Fabulous cross for the ball, fabulous dead ball specialist type thing. Oh, here they are, they're running at us. Good save by Lursel there. And so it's really predictable. And the thing about teams being predictable is when you're predictable like that, you can get taken on the break really fast because they know exactly the positioning of your players. They know exactly how you're going to do it. So just try something different. Try and be expressive. But maybe Marco just said, hey, go out there, run around. We don't care about the results. It's a big shiny cup, but really it doesn't mean anything. It's like the Charity Shield. It's like the Sports Pacer Trophy. So I don't know. It's just disappointing to me. But maybe it's because we haven't seen any good football for a while. The Copa America was kind of crap. England disappointed thoroughly at both the Nations League and at the under 23s European Championships. So we've been lacking competitive, decent, exciting football, and then we want to see the Evertonians. Well, we as Evertonians want to see Everton do really well, and didn't score for the first 2 games at all. Had clean sheets, but that's neither here nor there. 1-0 against Monaco, 0-0 Wigan, 1-0 loss earlier today. So what's there to really get excited about? It's only so far that a new kit and new stadium and transfer rumors and all that can get you. Every time you put on that shirt, you should perform. I'm not saying they're not trying either. Obviously, they are trying, but I'm just not see that, like, again right there. To the left, to the right. There it goes to Digne. Dean goes back. Schneiderlin loses the ball in the middle of the park, and now Mainz are going to counterattack. That was so simple and straightforward. Really, like this. Here we go. But that again, that move broke down so simply and so easily, and always were, exposed right away. Yeah, we're just standing still. There's zero options on. You have to give options. Okay, here we go. Theo cutting inside. Theo. Uh, See, Theo cuts inside, does his thing, and then it's just a simple. Okay, the camera's going to disappear again. I'm going to take a bite of food. I don't really like eating on stream, but. Okay, sorry about that. I've been really hungry. I didn't eat breakfast this morning. See, Adam, that is exactly what I'm talking about. That is exactly what I'm talking about. That passage of play right there. And I know that's what you're talking about too, but that passage of play right there is what's scary to me. No confidence. Everyone just stands still watching the ball. And that's not due to fitness levels. That's not due to playing time. That's not due to anything other than all that comes down to is I don't even know what that is. Seriously. Now, granted, this Everton team that's out there right now, if this was the Everton team, the best starting 11 that we could put out in the Premier League, we'd be in a relegation battle. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about that. Don't care how good Luka and Seamus are. Schneiderlin, McCarthy, Morales, Theo, Broadhead. That's relegation fodder right there. So, not trying to be too negative when it comes to that, but geez. Oh yeah, our opening fixtures are in our favour. I mean, simple fact is Manchester United played Chelsea first game of the season. We don't have any, like you said, any serious competition. Well, shouldn't. Oh, timeout. Here we go. Davis plays it way out wide to Morales, and Morales is offside. Morales, you are a wanker. But that's also Tom's fault for holding on to it for way too long. Way too long. Every time I start talking, we do something that just reiterates the fact that our decision making is pathetic. Okay, now we're 1-0 down. See? Exactly. That is the exact difference right there. Clinical, decisive. That's pathetic. That's pathetic. Look at that. All the chances we just had with Theo and Morales and all this, and one counterattack, one break, and that guy shows his class. Bam. That's disgraceful. I'm sorry, it's just disgraceful. 21 points from 30 out the first games. Yeah, of course. Get those points. Not downplaying the opposition for those first games, but you know, there's no reason that we shouldn't be sitting around fifth or sixth after the first 7 or 8 games of the season. No reason. Yeah, one through ball and goal. Yeah, it's as simple as that. They've had more chances. They've been more creative. They've looked more dangerous on the break. Our defense looked more rocky. Our offense has, no zip, no pizzazz, no panache to it. Everyone looks clueless. Everyone looks like they don't know what they're doing. Our players' finishing is non-existent. The tactics and the B and the C plan, and we're losing. So yeah, go out there and get your fitness. Go out there and get your reps in. But you can do it by losing a game of football and disappointing the supporters. Well, maybe we shouldn't get. Maybe Adam, me, and you are just being too pessimistic. Maybe we should be all behind the boy and saying that we're going to come back and win this. But this is what I was talking about earlier when, like, Martinez's last season in charge, and then the Koeman, Unsworth gravy train season, the season before last. Like, if this would happen in one of those games, if we would have gone 1-0 down to, say, Newcastle, playing the way that we're playing now, botching chances, not being creative enough, and then getting easily taken apart on the break for a simple ball through the middle with lazy defending, I'd have turned this game off by now and said, you know what, we're not coming back from this. And I don't think we're going to come back from this either in 30 minutes. But it's okay. It's just all about fitness. It's all about getting game time, because the start of the season, it's not going to be anything like this. So we're just going to show up to Crystal Palace and roll them over. I don't know. I hope. But, and then people are going to come out after the game and say, oh, well, what did we really learn? What did you really learn in preseason? Well, what you learn in preseason is how ambitious, how technically ready, how fitness-wise ready, how tactically wise we are going into the season. And if these are the tactics, if this is the plan that we're seeing on the pitch right now, regardless of fitness levels don't have anything to do with positioning and showing for the ball and having options. So, we'll see. Anyway, so I'm going to go have a quick vape. I shall be right back. Oh, of course I come back and the Everton stream's all gone to shit. That's great. Is it my computer or is it Everton? Oh, looks like it's back. Oh well. Yeah, even my husky puppies are disappointing me today. But it is hot out though. It's really, really hot and humid in America today. So, anybody else getting this blipping and blopping on the Everton stream? I'm gonna refresh it. Let's see. Wow, Mainz is so poor. They've got just one guy out there, and all he's been doing is stabbing the 18-yard box. I don't see anybody else out there stabbing nothing. That's what, like, I guess I want that job. I want that job right there. That'd be great. So are we going to make any changes for the second half? Can we get at least some creativity out there? Can we bring Bernie on? Is that so much to ask? Bring Bernie back on. Bring Gomez back on. Bring Delph back on. You know, give them the 90 minutes. And then we can just move on. Because otherwise, it's, you know, I don't regret waking up at 5 a.m. Really, Robbie? I don't know if defense is really the issue. Obviously that was just laziness and Mason Holgate's part, but you know, it just so happens that most of the time that we look defensively, a defensive liability is when we've gone down the other end and blown a good opportunity at scoring a goal. Because they're not gonna, they can't, you can't get broken on. You can't get, you know, quickly torn apart through the middle of the park and have your defense break down if Theo puts that ball in the back of the net. You know, but we didn't. It took too long to make a decision. Blew it all up. Everyone was out of position and just boom, peg it down the field, breaks through the center. Mason just sticks a leg up. That's too bad. And then they're one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and that guy never looked like missing. Never looked like that was going wide. He was going to bottle it. Just, you know, Lursel comes out. He gives him the eyes. He gives him the whoop whoop, and it's in the back of the net. And this is Mainz we're talking. I don't even know that player's name. And that's what they just did to us. That's what we should have been doing. You know. Oh, there's the A word. You brought the gravy train name into my chat, Robbie. That's... Oh. If my day wasn't already going not so well because of these results. Allardyce. Just looking at those letters put together is enough to to make me go crazy. But you know, it is what it is. But like I said, I'm not gonna hear it from everybody saying, "Oh, Mr. Archer, this is just a training exercise. This is just a, you know, glorified training session." Da 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 da. Is the finishing like this in training? Is this what Marco and Dunk and Morte and all that? Is this what you see in practice? Is this the quality of passing? Is this the quality of finishing? Is this the quality of decision making that they see on the practice ground every day? It can't be, right? You know. I mean, and again, not to be too negative, but you know, we're trying to attract players like Malcolm, like Moise Ken, Wilfred Zaha, David Neres. Like, you know, I'm sure they're not watching this, and I'm sure that they understand because they're professional footballers that this isn't the way it's going to go. But you know, you'd have to look at this and say, well, I can obviously get into the team here. Now, because besides our starting 11, which obviously our starting 11, Pickford, Dean, Coleman, Keane, Mina, nobody's really getting into that. Zuma, if he came back or would have come back, would get into that back line. He already should get game time. Then you look in the middle, uh, Gomez, Delph, those are the only two set positions there. A central midfielder comes in, they know they got to get into the team and get game time. We've got Bernard and Richarlison on the left and the right. There's backup space. There's competition on the left that we have to have. There's competition on the right that we have to have. And for centre forwards, anyone looking at us is going to say, I can get into that team. So the attraction for first team football and game time is there at Everton, obviously, because we're so shallow in so many key positions. Okay, so Pennington's on, Matty Folds is on, Callum Connolly's on. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, if McCarthy's gone off after 30 minutes, I mean, get him a run out, but don't get him injured. He's got to go to Crystal Palace and be part of the transfer for bringing in Wilfried Zaha, right? Yeah, so who's even playing center forward now for us? Tom Davis? Because Theo's gone off. You haven't seen Fraser Hornby. But oh well. That's right, boys. Just banging around. I put him on his ass, Callum. Put him on his ass. Nope, no messing around. We don't mess around. No. I don't even know what formation we're playing now. I'm confused by all of this. Seriously, who is playing up top? Is it Tom? Listen, if this had been 2 seasons ago, I guarantee we'd have signed that man that scored the goal against us. We'd have just signed him up like we did for, Vlasic when he played for Split, or whatever the team was. Yeah, I do like the look of that Dennis Adiran guy, though. Could be strong and powerful and play for it. Anybody else's stream just freeze? Huh? Wow. Really, did it just freeze? Let's see here. Okay, I can't do much if the stream's frozen. Is it just my computer or? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's great. I mean, seriously, come on. Let's see. Is everybody else? Oh, wait. No. Oh, and they scored. They just scored while we were frozen up. That's great. Wow. That's pathetic. And now we're 2-0 down to this crap. Yeah, it's of course it's really shite. No, seriously, I would assume that we that like the game stream is like 5 minutes delayed or a couple of minutes delayed behind, and I think the people at the Everton control desk, whoever controls the stream, is messing it up on purpose. So we obviously didn't see the goal because of the stream. Well, at least I didn't, and some other people I'm in the Discord with didn't see the goal. So I'd assume they're just running interference so we don't have to keep talking and seeing how absolutely shit we are right now. Because this I don't care that it's preseason. I don't care because we've had what, this is our fifth game, 1-1 in Kenya. You could write that off as a PR thing, but it still involved Everton players. 0-0 with Sion. We beat Monaco 1-0. We should have scored more. 0-0 with Wigan. Should have scored. Should have won that game easily in the first half. Lost a 60-minute game to Sevilla. Bottled a lot of chances in that game. And this game, we're losing 2-0 to a team that just got spanked by the Sevilla side 5-0. And now the stream's frozen. It's an all-around disaster. Oh, don't worry, guys. We just got a new stadium announcement. You know, the stadium looks beautiful. Dan Mize is a genius. And all that's true, but that doesn't make up for the fact that, you know, we take time out of our schedules. We try and support the Toffees as Evertonians, but this is just kind of embarrassing. Oh, you switched off, Adam. Like I said, this is exactly what I did. Um, 2 seasons ago into Allardyce. It was just this. I just couldn't put up with it anymore. No heart, no desire. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong. No fight, no passion. And yes, it's a preseason game. We all know this. And I'm going to keep saying that, but that's no excuse for performances like that. That's no excuse for not having a different way of playing or trying or experimenting with different things. This is just so pedestrian and so pedantic that it's borderline annoying. 2 weeks before the start of the seaon. Mainz don't seem to have a problem finishing and coming up with a way of playing and linking all the play together, playing defensively as well as being an attacking threat. Wigan didn't have that problem. Sevilla didn't have that problem. What is it? Is it because we're doing double sessions because Marco's working them too hard? I don't know. But players need to come in, and you need to shape up before. Who do we play? Werder Bremen next week, and then it's on to the first game of the season away to Crystal Palace. So, looks like we just scored. We did just score, but we can't see it because the stream is still down. But apparently it's 2-1 right now. But I don't know who just scored. I mean, this is also someone that's trying to stream and trying to do a job, but trying to put out some decent content. It's really hard when the stream keeps failing like it does. Do we even know who scored? Oh, it looks like Lewis Gibson scored. But I can't see anything. Should I try and load up a YouTube stream to see if they've still got it going on? Let's see. Okay, theirs is still working for some reason. Let's just see that goal. I have to go to somebody else's stream to see that goal. Okay, it was a corner ball in. Oh, okay. Yeah, Gibson scored. Okay. Ball into the box. Nobody's marking him. He just side foots it into the goal. Supposed to be getting super excited, not nervous, apprehensive, anxiety levels. I mean, we could just say Everton that, right? Just say, oh, Everton that. Oh, But, I mean, the signs are there to be seen already. I can understand if you try and take a player on, or you try and do a little 1-2, or you try and pull something off in the game. Like if you try and play a long ball over the top and it's overhit, or the run is mistimed, or if something, but not even attempting the long ball over the top, not attempting to take on your man, not attempting to play some tricky, intricate 1-2s around the box, not even trying it. That's not a fitness thing. That's not all it is simple non-ability to do those things, or not having the courage to do those things. Right? If you ping a ball over the top and somebody chases after it, but they were too slow to get to it, they were onside, but they just didn't bring it under control, or they just weren't fast enough, you can say, oh, that's a fitness issue. That's a rustiness issue. Just get the cobwebs out. That can be fixed before the start of the season. Intricate 1-2 passing, and one of the last pass, little triangle formations, and you're playing tiki-taka, and all of a sudden the final through ball is cut out by a defender. At least the opportunity and the chances were taken right there. If we're not attempting to do anything, if we're not trying to do anything subtle and thinking outside the box and all that, that's not a fitness thing. That's not anything except our inability to do it. And this stream, jeez. God, this is really sad. Hey. So I don't know where we go from here. Like, I just almost want to turn it off and shut down the stream altogether. If I can't get a decent quality stream. And I can't get a decent performance from my team, I don't really know what to tell you. I really don't. I mean, I almost just want to start streaming Minecraft. To start playing Minecraft. Instead of this. To this gash. I don't know. Well, if the stream's not gonna work, I'm just gonna end the stream. I don't see the point in doing this anymore. It's been a terrible day for Everton overall. Adam, I appreciate you being here. We'll talk some other time about what we talked about earlier about videos and content and stuff like that. I do have some chores to do with the missus. Thanks for everybody else that stopped in today. Robbie, James, lots of other people came in and stopped by. I'll be putting out a video today about these results, about other things. Probably won't be the most positive one in the world, but so you can't be all rainbows and candy all the time. So I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate everybody stopping in, and I will see you all later. Don't forget to like if you haven't. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and have a nice